Hey ratbags, it's Jade with a Grounded news video today. Obviously a couple of weeks ago, Grounded finally announced that yes, an update is coming, maybe the biggest and best they've ever done, but it won't be anytime soon. We're kind of hoping to see something for the 3rd anniversary of early access, and then my next best guess would be that it'd be the 1-year anniversary of Grounded actually leaving early access and being 1.0. That doesn't look to be the case though. As we got told, we're expecting an announcement at some time in the fall, and then the game will hopefully be having its update before the end of the year. So that's all good. I definitely saw a huge positive reaction to that, much more than I was expecting, to be honest. The ratio on that video is like 98% positive comments from you guys. But there is something we've got to clear up with that, because some people's expectations of when fall is and when we might see the update, I'm going to give you my best educated guess, having covered Grounded for so long. But that's not the crux of what we're showing today. We're showing another new interview celebrating 20 years of Obsidian, with Adam Brennicky, the game's director, creator of Grounded, actually talking more about Grounded and how we are going to see more and more still come to Grounded in the future. So I'm going to show you the cutout bits related to Grounded, as I think it's pretty interesting. A little interview with Adam Brennicky and some of the other guys at Obsidian, and then we'll talk more about when you can expect that next big update. Let's go.
We're working on Pillars of Eternity even way back in 2012. Survival games weren't really a thing, and they started becoming a thing. Survival was something that at the studio we were very interested in and passionate about, just as players. It had a lot of the RPG DNA, where you could kind of play the character that you wanted to play in those games, and explore a cool world. And so that was something that I thought there was a good opportunity there for us to try out our own survival game. At the end of Deadfire, we had the opportunity to start a new team to work on it, and Fergus gave me the opportunity to put together a team and figure out a pitch, and that eventually turned out to be Grounded.
So there's a lot of blah blah from some of the other execs and directors and stuff talking about they didn't know whether or not Grounded was going to be a thing. It's kind of seems like it didn't really match up until they actually got a chance to try the demo. And I'm obviously going to leave the link to this so you can go check out the full video for yourself. One thing that surprises me is that some of the guys talking about it said that basically Grounded got review bombed, or some of their other games maybe got review bombed, because Grounded wasn't the big thing that people were expecting from Obsidian next after having just been bought by Xbox. I don't remember this at all. I don't remember any kind of negativity towards Grounded, really. I don't remember seeing any sort of articles or news talking about it being review bombed or anything. It was always met with quite a good amount of anticipation and hype. Maybe just for me because I was excited. But yeah, the minute I saw it, I covered it with a news video, and I was pretty hyped about it.
The early access model was something that I knew that I wanted to do from day one. We wanted to get the game into players' hands as soon as we possibly could, when we felt good about it. And we wanted to iterate and build that community and build those features with the community, because as a game developer, that's the most powerful thing, is iteration and seeing how people play and iterating on those ideas to make something a lot better.
I then go on to talk about how successful Grounded was. 1 million players in its first 48 hours, and of course it's hit over 15 million, making it one of the most popular IPs on Xbox Game Pass.
I've never expected Grounded to be as popular and, as well received as it has been. I always thought, if we break even on the project, everything's good.
They then talk about how positive the Grounded community is, and I've got to say it really is. I don't understand how it can be so good sometimes, because you do often get a lot of negativity with a lot of games. And apart from a few individuals now and then, Grounded's got one of the best communities going, and I've played so many other games and been around so many other communities, and honestly it's so positive. And obviously that's down a lot to the marketing team and the community management team that obviously run and help Grounded's community grow.
It's one of those things that I've said repeatedly is, as long as they're going to let me work on Grounded, there's going to be Grounded stuff going on, and there's going to be a lot of new and exciting things for the future.
So there we go, folks. This isn't going to be like their last update or any nonsense like this. This feels like it's going to be one of a lot of updates in the future. I do have to say though, and I don't I haven't been told this. I can't say that I've got this 100% right. But from what I'm looking at now with Grounded, it does look like more and more we're probably going to get just one big major update a year and maybe a couple smaller updates now, rather than maybe sort of mid-sized updates every 3 to 4 months. If you take into account the Super Duper update, which was a big update really, with all the stuff that it added in terms of quality of life for building, as well as bosses and new areas to explore, new creatures, new weapons and everything else. To then get this next update delayed quite a bit longer, and it's going to take a bit longer, that's what I just imagine happening, that we might only get like a large update next year with a couple smaller ones to the side. And that's okay, the Grounded game is complete. It doesn't have to have updates every single month. I can dip in and dip out with it, and I'm sure you guys can too. Admittedly, we all want more of Grounded, right? We all want more ideas and more new biomes and more new weapons and more new creatures. But ultimately, we also want them to make sure that they're doing the best they can and not feeling too pressured or churning out updates that end up being too broken and buggy or not just what the community really wanted. And yeah, it's really good to see Adam once again iterate that they're working on new content, as always. So, they explicitly said we're not going to see any news about the next update until the fall. So, the fall begins in September. Obviously, Grounded's 1 year anniversary of coming out of early access in September. I'll be massively shocked if we don't get some sort of teaser, trailer, or some sort of news about what the actual next update might have in it. As and when it might come out, I would not expect that to hit until maybe October or November. I've said this as well, but I've seen a few people commenting expecting it to hit in September. No, not in a million years. Obviously, they've said they're going to announce it in September properly, and then we expect to see it hopefully before the end of the year. So there is still an outside chance it might not make it this year. But I will go with the, I guess, optimism, and what they've said is that they hope to get out before the end of the year. So that could even be December, really, it could be. I just think it's important to set people in mind about what exactly they're going to get and when they're going to have it, roughly on what we know and what they've said, rather than kind of say, yeah, it's going to be October or it's going to be straight away. But my best guess would be possibly November. I think they'll probably time it in time with some of the other stuff that's always going on, like the Game Awards or other stuff that's happening around that time. And it'll be a good time to get the game out. And obviously we're going to have testing phases for it as well. They're not going to just dump it on us like anything else. There will be the period where it'll be in the PTB, I am sure. You know, Grounded's done a huge amount for me. I can't stress how popular it's been on my other channel where I got like, 8 million views. And on this channel now it's coming up to like, 12 million views. So there's never a time you're not going to see some Grounded content on my channel. That said, I will be branching out into more stuff. I am going to start doing my 100 days content here on this channel as well. And I'm going to be taking some time off because I've got my new baby on the way. Which is exactly the same time as Grounded also gets a huge, bigger audience in September. I've sold this before, but it's going to be part of the Xbox Core, which is replacing Xbox Gold, meaning there's going to be like 22, 23 games going to be basically given away as free with that membership. So Grounded is going to be particularly busy in September. A whole batch of new players. There's millions of people that have Xbox Gold that will now have Xbox Core and basically Grounded for free. I generally think that's going to be a big time for Grounded in September. So that's great as well. So there'll be plenty of content for me. I'm trying to get everything recorded now because that's exactly when my baby's going to be born. So you will see plenty of maybe guides and stuff from me in September. And then, yeah, like I said, I'm going to be live streaming 100 days content or doing other 100 days videos, as well as some Grounded 100 days videos, which I'm currently working on. And you'll see in the final boss fight here. That's coming out later on this week, and that's enough plug-in from me. I left it to the end at least, so give me some props. Leave a like on the video if you really love Grounded. Can't wait to see what's happening. And yeah, just great to see Adam talking more about the game. Until next time, Ratbags, as always, I'll see you later.